And fans, Raptor here, and welcome to our first playthrough of Infection-Free Zone. After a major update, the developers have now finally allowed us to be able to save our game, and this has been a very long time coming. If you're new to the game, there are many other videos on the channel that basically show that this is a post-apocalyptic city builder where we are coming out of the bunkers and the dungeons and the basements of a huge zombie apocalypse, and now we're trying to reclaim lands and suburban neighborhoods and towns and all sorts of areas all over Earth in order to build a walled city, destroy other buildings around that city in order to give good, clear lines of sight to fire at zombies, and of course to use those materials to then build our very own structures within it. This is kind of more of a almost a renovation game as much as it is a city and colony builder, and it's one of the biggest zombie games I've ever seen because you can literally go anywhere on Earth. Yeah, literally. So the developers so far have recommended a few locations here on the left, and we're going to pick one of those today, but I just want to make it absolutely clear that, yeah, you can go anywhere on Earth that you want to, and real-world locations like hospitals, police departments, etc., are all where they should be. Now, the tools in this game are rather interesting. The game tries its best to procedurally generate buildings and whatnot based on satellite maps, and so if you're a big fan of games like Microsoft Flight Simulator and how that works, it's kind of along the same line, except everything is pretty much flat. For example, long ago, or rather recently, we tried to fortify Quebec and the old castle there, but it's hard to do so because elevation is, well, it's flat. But of course you build a castle up on a hill because that gives you an advantage, and so, yeah, I think with more development, there'll be really interesting things coming for this game very soon. Alright, so just a word of advice for those of you who are wanting to get this game. The developers do have a multitude of different editions right now at the moment on their Kickstarter, but this game is available on Steam in terms of a prologue, and I urge you to add it to your wish list to follow the development yourself. Now, there's 3 different tiers on their Kickstarter, and I think the first one is basically just the early supporter pack, where whenever there's new content available for this beta build or alpha build, whatever you want to call it, you'll get access to that. And then there's like the Ultimate Edition, which you might actually remember one of these other games that they made called 112. So what we're playing, yeah, these are the same devs who made 112, and there's kind of a bundle now where you can get some of their already completed games and this upcoming game. All right, we're going to go here to, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Italy, Peschiera. It sounded like the most interesting location so far. We've already built, I think, before in Templin, and we've gone to Warwick, I think, in the UK. Here they have Cambridge marked. We built in France, in Paris before, and there are real-world landmarks here too, and they do show off in the trailer that, of course, the Eiffel Tower is there and many other locations that you'd recognize, although it's still being procedurally generated by the system, although those need to be handcrafted, otherwise they just don't look right. Well, welcome to Italy then. Yeah, check this out. This is amazing. The game does such a good job, and I know we've gone over this many times on the channel, but since we're starting a new series and not really covering just updates over and over again, that's what our last video was about. Just was basically like, hey guys, this game updated, do you want me to cover a video on this? And you guys shouted at the top of your lungs, yes. And so I'm really happy that you're excited to see it, because I'm excited to play it. So yeah, you can see all these little farmland areas, suburban homes, areas where docks and ports may be. You can see rail lines, and we'll be starting here in the middle of this square, and then of course we can expand our zone all the way out to the highway here and other areas. Now this seems to be a river that leaves possibly a large lake, and it's really gorgeous. So yeah, that's exactly where our base is going to be. Alright, well, without further ado, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can watch a full playthrough of the series and follow the development of this game. Smash the like button so other people can find it too, damn it. And let me know what you think about the game down below in the comment section, and or other places that you think we should start series on, or where you would like to fortify. We've done Area 51, Walt Disney World, Alcatraz, many other major cities, including areas in New York, such as Manhattan and near Central Park. So yeah, let me know what you think, and let's watch the intro. Now, one more thing to note is that the developers are working on fully customized banners and information about your camp, like when you want to start. Here it's locked in as it is right now, but we are going to make this a little easier just so we can showcase the most amount of game in the shortest amount of time. And to be fair, yeah, the game actually, we're going to turn that down. The game is still under development, so regardless of the developers trying to make it too hard or too easy, well, it's not complete, so we have no idea. So, lots of people, lots of resources, and we're going to lower those hordes down a little bit. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to keep them normal. All right, let's begin. No more settings. We have no more of those. Let's go. Buildings that can be adapted vary in size. Their size determines the adaptation cost and the number of people who will fit inside. True. We have to build warehouses, shelters, infirmaries, science centers, and defenses, too. So that's just a few. Oh, and look at that destroyed road. The art here, outstanding. All right, let's watch the story of Infection-Free Zone and start building our very own Infection-Free Zone.
The world as we know it is gone. What we called the mad virus appeared out of nowhere. It made people turn extremely violent, aggressive, and unrestrainable. Soon later, the infected became bloodthirsty, more like vampires than human. There was chaos, panic, and war for survival. Desperate people were just as dangerous as the virus itself. Even our loved ones could become a threat. The infection spread quickly throughout the entire globe. Every region, every country, every city. Drastic measures were taken to get rid of the infected, but they all failed. The last chance for those who seemed immune was to hide in underground shelters, ones that we improvised in garages and basements, loaded with food, water, and air filtration systems. These were the places where we survived, sealed from the outside. For so long, we waited for any signal, any info that a cure had been found, or the situation stabilized. Instead, we listened as the world grew quiet. Our resources were becoming depleted. Life support systems were failing. And just as we were losing all hope, we received a distant call. This was the impulse we needed. There were others out there. We could come back to the surface. No more hiding. From the ruins of the old world, we will build our new home.
Indeed we shall. The good old home of Camp Raptoria, I suppose. Let's zoom out a little bit.
Operator, this is First Squad Leader. We made our way out. The neighborhood looks deserted. We'll have to scavenge the nearby buildings for any useful resources.
Ah, a medieval walled city. That'll be very effective for us. All right, I'm going to let the radio sit for just a moment while we look around. Oh yeah, you see like a literal fortified city. We have ourselves kind of a star fort a little bit here, so this will be perfect for us. And these walls are actually usable, although at the sea, and I don't think the zombies can really swim or whatnot. So anyway, we have ourselves a massive area to start in. We've got a large city here in the upper northeast side, and we've got a small island here and just one below us where we can keep looking for stuff there. So, all right, let's begin by looking for food.
Okay, find something to eat as fast as possible.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of information coming through very quickly from a command like that. Basically us trying to give us a tutorial. But if we look around, of course, the world has been devastated for years by a zombie outbreak, and humanity has gone underground, so trees are growing pretty much everywhere in the middle of streets and huge overgrown areas of parks and whatnot. Now this game allows us to, again, salvage buildings and even billboards and whatnot, so there'll be the opportunity to get metal and wood and bricks from buildings, billboards, streetlights, etc., etc. And this is a pretty good area to start. Now, typically in the game, whenever you begin the game, you can choose where your HQ is. Here, with the recommended builds from the devs, they pick the location and pick a good starting location for your base. But in previous versions, you could pretty much pick whatever building you wanted and then start fortifying all the buildings around it and starting to scavenge. So, first things first then, we better start getting food. So we're going to tell our squads to go out to different locations and start looking for everything they can in order to bring back food, ammo, whatever else. We're going to start with 3 squads here, and we're going to be pausing a lot too because this game does take place pretty quickly. Time will go by very quickly in terms of day and also like time of year.
there.
So let's get all of our people out, and let's go ahead and start with our first order, which down here in the lower left corner we have the build menu, where we can build warehouses and shelters, farming. We can also fortify with like giant walls and whatnot, like, yeah, huge palisades and gates, and metal and brick can also be used. Very cool stuff. And we're going to start by cutting down a bunch of trees. So let's gather wood, and this will also clear the way for farmland for us in the future. So we will need to be able to farm, and so if we can cut down all these trees, that'll help us to renovate buildings and then start farming, to which we could do that like right behind our little HQ. So the game does a very good job. It does the best that it can, and I think it does a very good job of trying to recreate European cities in that European style. American buildings will look like American buildings in North America, and European buildings, well, their best will try to look European as well. Things like cathedrals and hospitals and police departments are modeled as close as they can to the originals, and you might recognize some locations if you've ever been to these cities or whatnot, especially in the United States. I think we've done the original location for the very first Waffle House in Georgia, in Atlanta, and a lot of people recognize those streets and or say, oh, I take that train route every day that's there, that train line, or I drive over that bridge, etc., etc. So very important to keep an eye out for all these buildings that might be marked as hospitals, police departments, schools even for books, and other things we'll need. Rail stations are good too because they're large buildings, but the larger the buildings, such as this one, the longer it'll take for our people to search that. So eventually we'll find ourselves some vehicles too, and we'll be able to go to many different locations with that faster. All right, so now we want to make sure we got all of our people working. We're going to go ahead and have them all be scavengers for now. We want them cutting down trees on this first day, and we're going to then try to also give our, oh yeah, let's press V here to open up the menu. Again, yep, there you go. You can see your little supermarket there, shop or supermarket. So everything that's a little store will be marked with a shopping cart. Books will be schools. Handgun could be a military base or a police department or something like that. And of course, there's also, as I mentioned, cars, so thus automotive buildings like a car shop or whatnot, or a repair shop is going to be showcased as well. And those will have oil and food and other things inside them. I mean, it's random. That food could be there, munition. Doesn't always have to be the same thing. A hospital could have ammo in it as well, because it could be a fortified structure after a zombie outbreak like that. So you never know. So, but you're more than likely going to find automotive parts at an auto body or automotive store. All right, I hear a lot of trees being cut down. Look at that, even birds flying over the map. Great detail here. Now, again, this is very early, but yet there's still a tremendous amount of detail. So imagine this in a little while with keys actually being shown and like walkways and railings and such for more detailed cities. All right, we're going to move from building to building. We're trying to find cans of food. We're trying to find anything that we can use for our base building here. And we're going to try to build a shelter next to it. So let's go ahead and adapt this building to be a shelter. And we're also going to have to build ourselves a warehouse, too. Now, the zombies can only get to us from 4 locations here. We've got this road on the south, 2 roads, let's say. And then there's also kind of 2 roads here that are bridges. So we have a little bit of a fortress, a good start, an area where the enemy's going to have a tough time trying to get to us, especially if we retreat back inside of it. But it also means that we have to go through the same areas over and over in order to get places. So a car is going to be important, very important.
I will speak on behalf of the other citizens.
Going there.
Let us go and adapt the buildings to suitable shelters, so we won't spend a single more night underground.
I agree with that.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
All right, so the scouts are ferrying materials back and forth. When they get full, they'll go back to base and drop things off.
Sir, the crates are in the HQ. We have to think what to scavenge first. It will be best to check some shops or warehouses.
Okay, I'll point you where to go.
Let's go ahead and convert this building to a warehouse. All right, so we're trying to gather as much wood as we can today, so that way we can then renovate these other buildings. And now we have to get up to 50 different people in the in the camp, so we need housing for all of them. We have a research tab here where we can research the infection, medication, communication, chemistry, arms production, construction, and food, some of which might not be available for the current version of the game, but we're still going to keep an eye on it, make sure it all gets done if possible. We have different types of food, ammo, weapons, food, or fuel, which is a different type of food, I suppose, for the vehicles, and of course, if we create electricity through that. Materials and construction, too. And, of course, weather to worry about. So 80 degrees Fahrenheit here, where we are right now. I do think that the timing is a little mismatched. Like, it'll say April, and it'll be super warm, and then it'll say, like, August, and then finally, next time you notice, it'll say, like, December, and it'll still be very warm out. So I don't think the weather and the months and all that are
Sir,
yet balanced,
the sun is
timed
getting low.
correctly.
We don't know what's going to happen during the night. We can continue our scavenging operations in the dark, but that will be way more dangerous than waiting until sunrise.
All right, they're coming.
Carry on. We need those resources.
Sir, it is too dangerous for unarmed civilians to work after nightfall. Everyone will return home.
Okay, let's be safe.
Wrap it up,
Right.
folks. Time to call it a day.
So workers will not go out during the night, and I think that might also apply to watchtowers, which I think should be changed in the future, where if you try to give your people different weapons during the night in a watchtower, they'll only change those weapons during the day, which is a little annoying, especially if I hope that if you have them in the tower with, like, let's say, assault rifles and they run out of ammo, I hope there's a way to for them to be able to switch to bows. That's kind of a newer thing now, but we do have those defenses as well, in addition to what you saw just a moment ago. Yeah, we also have wooden towers in addition to those walls, which they're going to ask us to build here shortly.
Sir, we just saw a group of infected. They might not be aware of our presence yet.
Get ready to fight.
Now, these watchtowers are usually a pretty good trap for the enemy. It lures them into trying to attack this rather than our structures. And when they come through, especially if they attack up here, I have a feeling they're going to hang near the wall and then make their way towards the buildings up at the top. So we'll see how that goes. But we're going to keep scouts around and continuously look for food and whatnot. Actually, we're good to bring some of this back. So yeah, we want to keep our food high. We're going to only be getting more survivors, only more people to help and who want to survive and help everyone thrive. But there's also bad guys out there. There's also bandits. There are people who try to trick you on the radio and say, oh yeah, we're a small group of people. Come help us. We can't walk or whatever. So be wary of that. Oh, and look at that. They're just swimming. Damn it, they do swim. Okay. Well, we got zombie hordes on the way. And that's just the little basic day one tutorial horde. So,
Hostiles inbound.
yeah, they sure are. We're going to go ahead and hold here.
Roger.
Bring some of our supplies back. So it does look like they can get across the water, but very slowly. So that could work to our advantage where we put people in these buildings too. I don't think I want to demolish a lot of these buildings. They're all very important in strategic positions, and that could be a police department right there. A lot of the times if you click on a building, it will show like a piece of art, which is gorgeous, with a name of the building. So sometimes it's an actual landmark. This could be. Sometimes they're marked, sometimes they're not. But it'll say abandoned, and it'll tell you whether or not it's a... like right down here, the actual name of it at the bottom. So how big it is, what the name of it is.
Another one incoming.
Yeah, very cool that it shows you that stuff. Apartments. Maybe the name of a store or a landmark. Cool stuff, man.
Going there. Horde spotted.
Hordes coming in.
We got them.
We're good. We're good. It'll buff out. It's fine. Alright, so we found a trap, but we're going to leave that alone. We're going to leave that alone for whoever else may come along zombie-wise. That might slow them down. Here they come. Approaching the wall again. I feel like they should just go around. Oh, no. Yep, they... change of heart. Okay, yeah, they they don't like it. They got seaweed in their toes. Ew, seaweed. Let's get out of here.
Clear.
Cool. Hey, we found tools, too.
Operator.
Well, let's keep scavenging while we wait.
Receiving.
While the zombies waste time and try to figure out how they're going to attack us, we're going to try to get all the guns and ammo inside the building.
Roger.
Now, just like in I Am Legend, the movie with Will Smith, these guys kind of act exactly like that, where they're out during the night try to hide inside buildings during the day. So as you see them running around, if they disappear during the morning sunrise, well, they could definitely just be hiding in a building. We're going to lure these guys in.
Going there.
Perfect. This right here might be the most important building to fortify. Perhaps.
Horde eliminated. Infected incoming. Receiving.
Got to keep an eye on them. Make sure they don't fake us out.
Operator. Going there. Waiting orders.
Ah, let's keep grabbing those weapons and ammo. Oh, do we have...
Another one incoming.
looks like this is still marked as... yeah, 23% complete for scavenging and scouting. So buildings do take a while. So if you're picking a location like an international airport or like the Mall of America or somewhere huge like a, I don't know, maybe a large facility, a military base or something, it'll take much longer to do. So in my opinion, it is a much better idea to pick neighborhoods and buildings that look like this. Even if a train station is cut into multiple parts, that's better. Buildings that are like 4, 5, 6 stories are much better than the like massive skyscrapers of Manhattan and places in China and whatnot. But another good location is like a lot of the locations in the UK are good for that, and they have like the right stuff, the right mix to make it fun.
Building clear.
Now we've done locations like Amsterdam before. The game will kind of warn you and say, hey, what you're about to do
Ready for action.
is pretty insane. We're going to have to load a lot of buildings. We're going to load a lot of zombies. Are you sure you want that to be the case? And yeah, if you want to have a bad time in this game, you can have a bad time.
Get up and earn your keep.
All right, let's get people building. Let's cut down our scavengers to like 20
Roger.
and get everybody building. That's close enough. Almost 20 and 20.
We're on the move.
Oh, back there,
Going
please.
there. Waiting orders.
Ah, a beautiful morning.
We're on the move.
So yeah, this is like 112 here where we can
Ready for action.
watch everything from
Building
a
clear.
distance.
This night was easy. There are sure to be some infected around here. We should build some defenses before the next nightfall.
I agree with that.
Agreed. Let's build a wooden tower.
Chief, there are signs of smoke. It's coming out of a building. I think there might be some people there. I recommend we go and investigate. We're on the move.
Let's investigate.
Survivors? Where's the source of the smoke? Ah, over here. Okay. Ooh. Could be a fire, as in like an out-of-control fire, or it could just be a signal. Or a trap. We'll have to see.
Receiving. Roger.
All right, let's go over there before the
Roger.
end of the day. It's already 8 a.m., pretty much. Oh, listen to that. You can just hear people cutting things down. Very nice. Hopefully we find a vehicle shortly. Finding a vehicle here would be very big this early on. And vehicles in this game are quite smart too. They will, just as you see the AI here trying to take the shortest route by sticking to the road, the AI will do that for both scouts and also cars, which is pretty cool. And there's quite a good system for being able to load up a car with a bunch of materials
Waiting orders. Going
and
there.
then transport things via a car back to your warehouses. Nice. Another tree being cut down. Very cool. Going to build that watchtower too. That'll give a little bit of support and another target for the zombies to attack rather than
On my way.
our HQ. Hold on there. Get back in there.
Operator. On my way.
All right. This building's got a little bit more to go.
Building clear. Waiting orders. On my
Good.
way. Waiting orders.
All right, I think that's pretty much every building in our initial area, minus that one that they're just moving to. Adaptations complete. Excellent. Shelters are complete. And warehouses are complete. We're still short on a few housing buildings. That's okay. We can build a housing here.
Building adapted.
Go ahead and build a shelter there. Hey, we found a car.
Building clear. Sir, we just found a car that looks drivable. Let's try to make it run again.
Let's do it.
Okay, try it.
Oh, that's convenient.
Clear, Chief. We found some survivors. They've been living in terrible conditions for the last few years. We could bring them in, but will we be able to feed them?
Oh, yes, we will. They can certainly work and help us to feed everybody by working those farms.
Bring them in.
So that's a cool thing. As we go on, we'll create a radio tower, and that will allow us to start basically broadcasting that we're now hiring. We're now open for business. We want people to come to our settlement, trade with us, work with us, live with us, and just try to defend ourselves and each other by
Building clear.
basically everybody doing a job that helps to contribute to the group. Kind of reminds me of Jackson from The Last of Us, and building giant palisades and fortifying an area. And everybody takes their specialty, whether they're good at saddle making or being a doctor, or if they're very good at farming, that kind of thing. Those are incredible skills that any settlement would want. And that kind of applies here too, where people will radio us off the map, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, we're over here. We're a bunch of survivors. Come on over." They could be bandits, or they could be true survivors, or they could just be crazy. You never know. All right. So yeah, they're in yellow. They're smart enough too, by the way, to get off the road and go into shelter when nighttime comes, and maybe you'll have to protect them. And we're gonna go get that car real quick if we can.
We're on the move. Roger.
Okay, cool. Now we got some of our people automatically going back and forth, ferrying resources. We've still got builders building more shelters for us. We'll probably build another shelter there too.
Operator.
More wood being provided via those cut down trees. We've got 94 wood. We're going to now start asking them to start gathering any sort of metal that might be nearby too. We're going to have to build an antenna, and that's going to take metal, of course. So let's do that. Our people can take down things like street lights. They can dismantle cars and buses, shipping containers. If it's metal, you name it, they can take it apart. Your people are more than capable, willing and able.
Start winding down for some rest.
All right, heading back to base. So yeah, we can have up to 6 squads. I'm going to start with these 3. We don't have enough guns and ammo for everybody, so some of them will actually be equipped with like machetes. Ah, there we go. We're getting the car ready,
Ready
and
for
we're good.
the ride. Waiting orders.
All right, let's bring it back to base.
On my way. Driving so much. This will help speed up our scavenging. And we can run over the infected if they get too close.
That's true. We can do that with bandits as well. Good news.
Well, we're gonna see.
We're on the move. There are some infected around here.
There sure are.
Reporting.
All right, let's find out where our squads are.
Going there. Reporting. Going there.
Okay, we should be able to defend everything. All right, this tower does not have handguns, so we'll ask these people to switch to bow and arrow. Archery will defend us for free.
Sir, it's almost nightfall.
Oh boy, here they
We can
come.
already see some infected coming out of their lairs.
Okay. Get ready to defend the zone.
Wow, I didn't think they could swim. They can actually swim. Wow. All right, then. Oh, look, it's a pizza delivery.
Hostiles inbound.
Anyway. Well, now we're being attacked from multiple locations. Oh, look at that. They're attacking pretty much from everywhere. So every way they can get in.
Spotted.
Oh boy, this is only day 2. Now the zombies eventually get smarter. We will see dogs. We will see more mutant zombies that are very strong. Almost like they're mutated.
Horde spotted.
They're trying to get inside.
They sure are.
Another one incoming.
Oh look, they're trying to bash down the windows. Luckily they're fortified and barricaded.
Horde eliminated.
We can repair that building. That's not too much damage. I think we should build another tower, though. There we go.
We've got them.
Just something to lure their attention away from us. The main buildings. The buildings that are harder to repair. And I think these towers are fortified slightly, so they do take a little bit more damage before they actually take damage, if you know what I mean.
There are some infected around here.
Okay, let's build another one there. Cover both sides of the building.
Receiving.
Looks like there's not too many attackers
We're
up
on the
there.
move. Ready for action. Roger.
Alright, it's almost morning. We're just past midnight now, almost 1 a.m. We're getting there.
On my way.
Our building's under attack.
They see the other squads are close.
Receiving.
Now, you can always shift-click in this game, but I never trust the automatic commands in this game.
Operator, Roger.
And I don't want our people to be attacked, so
Got them.
that's why we did things just like how we did. You can shift-click to have your people go from building to building, and but I've had it happen where hordes will pop up behind my whole squad and kill them immediately. So, in order to avoid that, I like to micromanage everything, just because it's in
There are some infected around.
an
We're
early
on the
state
move.
so far, and that's okay. All right, looks like another horde's coming in. Now, of course, these hordes, you know, they know exactly where we are. They're always going to be looking for us, and they know where our people are. The AI is the computer's no fool.
Spotted.
It's going to send units exactly where we are to give us the most amount of inconvenience, which is funny. Now, as soon as we're finished with our next building adaptation, we should be able to then start finding grain seeds, which will start us down the path of farming before winter. But, of course, we can always survive on canned food for maybe the first couple of years, depending on our population. Looks like those zombies went into a building there. We'll have to keep an eye on them. Now that we have a car, we can go a lot further, a lot faster, and we can also use the car as kind of a midpoint in order to bring all the stuff to and have one squad. Two squads can go into an area, and then one squad can help to fill up the car and bring it back.
Operator.
Get up, everyone.
We're on
We're
the
gonna
move.
do that
Ready
right
for
now.
action. Roger. Reporting. We're on the move.
Now, there they go.
Roger.
All right, one squad in the car. Everybody's going to cut down trees and
We're on the move.
break down light posts and whatnot. Now we can not only can we find cars in this game, but I think we can also find trucks and other things like that. And it kind of reminds me of the world map. The vehicle reminds me of the world map from Surviving the Aftermath. Yeah, that whole world map section there. Look at all these shops, though. This could be a good spot to find lots of food. Park the car there in an open area, and we'll start wherever. There's a lot of shops here, no telling what's inside. An assault rifle.
Chief, we just found an assault rifle.
Well,
Come in handy against large hordes.
there you go.
Let's just not waste too much ammo on nothing.
All right. Well, that's certainly much more powerful than the handguns.
Use it with caution.
We'll need to come back and get ammo for that, though.
Ready for action.
So that squad is now significantly more powerful once they get the ammo.
Operator. We're on the move.
Chief, the survivors that we took in, they have some important info that we could use. They speak of various kinds of infected animals that they encountered, and other groups
Operator.
of survivors too. But
On my
they
way.
lost people recently. It'll take some time for them to integrate. Let me find some jobs and shelter for them.
Clear.
Okay, let them rest.
Reporting.
Now we can bring stuff back to the car and use that car as kind of a ferry point between here and the warehouse. We're not too far away, so it's okay, but it's a lot of micro as well. So it just depends on what you want to do. Now we could ask our people to start dismantling buildings, but honestly, I like every one of our buildings in the island so far. It's very good. Great size buildings, very useful. They're going to be good to us.
Waiting orders.
Very, very good to us. Now that could be debris we could use. There could be bricks in there. Wow, you could just hear them breaking down everything. How many builders do we have? Only 3 builders. Let's go down to 15. And 22 builders. Oh, 4 unemployed. There we go.
To all members, the infection is in decline. Scavenge and rebuild.
Clear.
What?
There's no way in sight.
Chief, this is the same transmission we received before. Clear. But the signal is even weaker. Our walkie-talkies are not powerful enough for long-range communication. We have to build a large antenna. A local library or university would be a good place to search for information on how to make it work.
Let's go there.
We need a workspace where we can experiment and re-engineer all the pre-pandemic technology. We could store all the books there, too. Let's build a research center and assign the most technical minds there.
Building clear.
Okay, let's do this.
Roger that. All right, so now we're building a research lab in order to figure out how to use all the books and whatnot that we're going to find to give us different types of technology like radio transmissions, which is rather complicated if you think about it. All right, yeah, our people are kind of walking back by foot rather than taking the car, which is okay. They're very close still. They're going straight to that warehouse there, but we're going to need more
Ready for action.
space soon enough.
Roger. Operator, we're on the move.
Let's keep looking around.
Going there.
Now, another great thing about this game, too, is that the longer that we keep our squads as squads out on combat, they're gaining veterancy for combat
Construction complete.
by literally just being in these squads
We're
and
running out of stock.
scavenging buildings. So they're getting better at, as they do this more, they're getting faster at it. And, of course, they also, of course, you know, obviously if they're a good shot and they get a little XP from shooting stuff, then, yeah, they're going to be better shots, which they're almost like more of a mobile army than scouts. I like to maneuver them into positions, into buildings that make them more like a military force that's garrisoning a building rather than, you know, just like shooting whatever randomly like survivors would. And they're really the only ones who can protect the base, aside from the towers at the moment.
Roger.
Important stuff. Okay, we're getting more scavenging done. I can hear a lot of stuff being broken down. Boy, almost all the trees have been cut down too. Let's give the order for a few more to be cut down. It's probably entirely possible that these could regrow after a little while, especially if there's not any sort of player activity nearby.
Building clear.
Stop working. Start winding down for some rest.
All right, every tree will be cut down.
Ready for
These
action.
guys are going for more food.
Ready for action.
But we do need to RTB. We can leave the car here overnight too, but we'll take it back.
We're on the move. Ready for action. On my way.
All right, back to the main building. So yeah, food's looking good at 52. Ammunition not too bad at 23. We could certainly use a little bit more in the gun department
Going there.
if we could get some more
Operator,
handguns,
we're on the move.
assault rifles.
Waiting
Anything
orders.
would be a
Roger.
huge step
Ready
up.
for action. Going there. Waiting orders.
All right. Looks like the car had a few things in it too.
Operator,
Oh, you can hear that assault rifle.
Roger.
Oh boy, here they come.
They're gone. We've got them.
That building's in a good spot, man. It's a pretty good spot. Okay, so there's a research technical institute up, some sort of a research building, I guess, that we're going to go study. Oh, it actually is a school. Look at that. It's a secondary school, I think, is what that is. Wow. All right. That's pretty cool. So we're going to go up there and learn about, I guess, radio tower technology. Wow. Amazing. All right, if we leave the base, we're going to have some trouble. The rain looks great in the game. You can actually kind of see some puddles and whatnot forming on the road, as well as potholes and other things. And also, when winter comes around,
Waiting orders. On
snow.
my way. On my way.
Of course. You'll be able to see snow on the ground.
We're on the move.
All right, let's try to keep productive. We'll send out the assault squad group. They're the ones with the assault rifle. And eventually zombies will start coming through the sewers So no matter how fortified your town is, most buildings are probably connected to a public water line, which in that case will give you a lot of fun when it comes to dealing with those hordes.
Roger. Ready for action. Going there.
Oh, that's a huge horde. Never mind.
We're on the move.
That's like a fully fledged horde. Now imagine 4 or 5 or 6 to 10 of those attacking at a time. Oh my god. And the amount of ammo we're about to chew through. Here it comes, the big attack. Oh, we need to get you guys inside, if you don't mind. There we go.
Infection clear.
Cool. Good job.
Waiting orders. Reporting. There are some infected around here.
There always are. Oh boy. We can't leave.
On my way.
Oh my god, that's a triple horde. We got 3 times the zombies coming in. And it's almost, they're almost at max. One's a little over half, but, I mean, that's like a horde and a half. Open fire. Oh boy.
The infected are pillaging a building.
Infection clear. Horde eliminated. Infection clear.
Wow. We'll fix that later. Also, what's interesting here is you can see the range of these squads based on the weapon. So not only does the assault rifle have
Ready for action.
more ammo capacity than the handguns, it also has, of course, a higher rate of fire and range. So that's very important for taking them out at distance.
Receiving.
Okay, I think we're ready to keep on trucking, brother.
Receiving.
Oh, and let's get a squad to go up to the science area.
We're on the move. Reporting.
All the way up here.
No time to waste.
On my way.
Okay, so we're going to go get science-related materials for our tower.
Receiving. Roger.
I've kind of made our building here look like a cathedral now. I guess that's what we'll call it, the cathedral. The fortress, then.
Receiving.
Let's keep going for smaller buildings.
We're on the move.
Building adapted.
And they've scavenged that one, I think.
Reporting. On my way.
Nope, they were working on it.
Receiving.
Oh, 29%. Oh, and we found grain. Fantastic.
Chief, we found some seeds in one of the buildings. It looks like grain. There were some farming tools as well. Maybe we could use this to start cultivating the land again.
Hell yes, we can.
Okay, bring that in.
We should have a place where we can cook meals for our citizens. This will make our people much happier, too.
She's right.
Okay, let's build a cookhouse.
Let's build a cookhouse directly next to the warehouse, so that way food can be stored and then brought right for cooking. Right next door. 13 people can work there, and we can store 34 things. Storage is good. Let's build that. And we'll be able to build a science center, too. I think we'll build it right here. There we are. Going back to grab more seeds, we can start making some farm fields. And try to grow enough crops for the winter. We truly have reverted back to the early days of humanity. It will be a quest eventually to build 5 of these. And the zombies will attack them, which I find crazy because it's like literally a dirt pile.
Ready for action.
But maybe you could think of it as them trampling crops. All right, we're gonna go get those books now.
Another one incoming. Receiving.
Oh, zombies were hiding in there.
We're empty. Reporting.
Oh, fall back.
On my way. Going there.
We're gonna need ammo. So you won't believe what just happened. One of the infected followed us outside into the sun. What's even worse, he seemed to know exactly what he was doing. He took a moment to give up and returned to the darkness. What the hell's going on? Kill it.
Better get back there and kill it.
We're gonna come back. We need to get more ammo.
Going there.
The
Receiving.
squad needs to ferry
On my
tools
way.
back. Where's our last squad?
Receiving.
This is our assault team. All right, here's what we'll do. That team in the car will come back and we'll switch them out with this assault team, Squad 3. We can also rename our squads to whatever we want. Like, you could have a scouting squad, an assault squad, security team, whatever you wanted.
Waiting orders.
All right, get them out of the car.
Ready for action. Going there. Operator, on my way.
We're going to deal with them.
On my way.
Now, cars do have durability and fuel, so we'll have to worry about that, but luckily we're not going too
On my
far.
way.
But it is something you kind of want to save, but I feel like we can find more
Operator,
very easily.
going there. Reporting. We're on the move.
All right, the cars arrived.
Waiting orders. On my
Let's
way.
go in and say hi. Oh, there's a restaurant there. Yeah, look for buildings where they actually have labels on them, too. Police department, hospital, they will say.
Infected incoming. Alone here.
Nice, area clear.
Operator,
Cool.
ready for action. Roger. Reporting. Roger.
Yeah, all right, and we're gathering all those science materials. Oh, they only want us to build 3 fields, but we're going to get so many more people anyway. Doesn't really matter. Okay, what do we got for building? Nobody again. Let's go down by 25 and 14 there for building. So we'll now be building the science building,
Everything's collected.
the cookhouse, and also farm fields.
Ready for action.
Area scavenged.
Everything was scavenged, good.
Reporting.
Area scavenged.
Building clear. Building clear. Going there.
All right, bring back those
Going
research
there.
thingies. And I think we can prepare research ahead of time. We want to research the basic antenna. So that'll take a little bit of time. And that building too.
Waiting orders. On my way.
Okay.
Operator,
So let's head back with the car.
on my way.
Wow, there's lots of stuff for these guys to bring back.
Operator, receiving. We're on the move. Waiting orders.
A little longer on the building.
Clear.
There we go.
Reporting.
Time to sleep, everyone. Tomorrow's another day.
Oh
Receiving.
boy, and another attack, but let's bring that book in.
We're on the move.
All right, everybody, bedtime. And another attack coming in. A lot of progress today with our next order of business to build that tower and find out who's out there and start inviting people, or maybe uninvited guests inviting themselves to our settlement. If you want to see more, smack that like button, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. Become a member too. Hit that join button and support Raptoria like never before. We're going to be back for more on this one in our second episode now, and a more full playthrough of the early version of Infection Free Zone soon. Thank you very much for watching. You all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in episode 2 coming soon. Very soon.